Hey there YouTube, this is Drizzle. I am playing No Man's Sky. I'm recording this with OBS software instead of Shadowplay because this is an OpenGL game and Shadowplay doesn't know what it is, so it doesn't work. So I had to find another way to make a recording of it, and if it's not as good a quality or if it doesn't work, then there we go. I've been playing around with OBS for about 30 minutes just trying to get the quality settings to where it'll record, but the video will still play back and look pretty good because it seems like it's very touchy software. I tried their newer version and it can't even detect the GTX 1080s that I'm using, so I downloaded their old classic version and for some reason it works better than the new one. So anyways, this is No Man's Sky, which I'm sure many of you are probably playing right now, or at least are interested in playing, but from what I understand, a lot of people are having trouble with it. I have not had too many problems. It's crashed on me one time. Other than that, the frame rates have been pretty stable. It seems like it runs pretty good. I got it running on max settings and it doesn't seem like it minds too much. Like I've got, let's see, everything set to max except for I don't use the VSync because I have a G-Sync monitor, so that's shut off. I guess that's not turned up all the way, is it? Yeah, this is one annoying thing. Like, this game's got a lot of little annoyances. That's one of them, that you have to restart the game for anything to take effect, pretty much. It's stupid. But whatever. So, what is No Man's Sky about? Well, it seems to be an extremely repetitive game. I don't want to turn anybody off to it, but honestly, I don't know how long this game can really be that enjoyable. Like, it's kind of fun, and like right now, I'm in the process of constantly trying to get better ships and that sort of thing. This is the best ship I've had, obviously, so far. This is you can't change the name of your ship. That's one thing I think is really dumb about this game, is like you can rename everything in it except your frickin' ship. It's like the one thing that you'd probably want to customize and or pimp out or name something different. You can't modify the ship really at all. Like, you can put different modules on it that give it different abilities, but you cannot change its appearance and you cannot change the name of it. I don't know what they were thinking with that. Anyways, you can see the graphics are not bad. They're not that great. I was trying to mod them with like reshade, but again, it's an OpenGL game, and like all the graphics mods that I'm aware of all run on like DirectX 11. They're Direct 3D anyway, so they don't work with No Man's Sky. It's kind of like Doom, the new Doom game, which is again I think OpenGL, and so it doesn't work with this with any graphics mods, which sucks because I wanted to add like depth of field. I think this game would be heavily improved with a little reshade action, but it doesn't work. I did try, it does not work. So what's the game about? Like I say, it's about cataloging like flora and fauna on planets. Kind of getting rich is the idea. I just spent about $8 million in this ship, so I am effing broke right now, as you can see. But yeah, like I say, the idea is to run around. You've got like a camera attachment on your multi-tool, which is, this is my current multi-tool. There's different ones you can get. I know it looks more like a mirror.
Thermal protection falling.
Shut up. It's constantly something that you try to look for a better version of, but this one looks a bit like an assault rifle, and it actually kind of is at this point for me. I've got little modules on it, like I can launch plasma grenades out of it, but this is the little visor thing that you put on it that lets you zoom in and look at different plants and animals. There's something over here I just saw, this big sucker, and I'll catalog him.
Units received.
He's kind of a big sucker, isn't he? Says he's submissive and needs vegetation. So you can, once you've cataloged something, or at least looked it up like that, or added it to your list, you can then rename that and upload it to the game server so that if another player encounters that, it'll be named whatever you named it, which is interesting, I guess. This game was supposed to be, from what I understood, like a multiplayer game. It isn't. It definitely is not. You cannot encounter other players, from what I understand. Like, I think everybody has their own instanced version of the universe, and so if somebody else lands on this planet, basically the game taps into No Man's Sky servers and says, okay, Drizzle has already found this planet and named it, so it's named, like I named it Immolation Orb. You can see in the bottom left corner of the screen it shows what planet I'm on, because it's a hot planet, and I named it that because I'm a dork. I'm going to get my ship while I talk because it gets hot out there. As you can see, like my thermal bar on the left there is filling back up. That's one of the things in this game is the survival aspect, where you have to deal with inclement temperatures, whether it's cold, hot. There's acid rain planets, and then storms will periodically sweep in and like massively uptick whatever is wrong with the planet. So if it's a hot planet, you'll get like kind of fire ember storms that come through, and then it goes up to like 120 degrees Celsius, and you have your little protective suit, but it's constantly being drained of power, and you have to keep recharging it with various isotopes. Like you can find plutonium pretty much everywhere in this game, which is kind of funny given how rare plutonium is. And you get plutonium, you can get carbon, there's platinum, zinc, all sorts of different little elements from the periodic table that you can get for different various uses. There's crafting, that kind of thing. But like I say, your job, it seems, eventually is to try to reach the center of the universe. And there are alien races you're encountering throughout the game. There's the race I'm dealing with right now is called the GECK, and I'll go, I guess, introduce you to a member of the GECK who lives in this little outpost. These little places are all over every planet in the game. There's little locations you can be the discoverer of. Yeah, the game is constantly telling you about your life support system, which, like I said, I'll just fill it back up. This is my backpack. I have 26 slots. That's like a major problem in this game is inventory space. Like you have none to begin with, like very little. You have like 8 spaces or something. And as you run around, you find these drop pods, and you get in and you pay progressively more money to get more slots added to your inventory suit. That's like the only way to get more storage. That and then your
levels stabilizing.
Yes, thank you. Your ship has X number of slots as well, and the only way to improve that is to buy a different ship that has more storage. So the more storage, that seems to be like the only real thing that drives up the price is the storage slots. And mine has 31 slots, and it was, like I say, about $8 million. And I think the biggest one I've seen has had like 38 slots, and it was like close to $20 million. It gets exponentially more expensive, like after a certain point. But this is a GECK. They're like these kind of, I don't know what to call them. They have like a face that looks sort of like a turtle mixed with some sort of other reptile. They don't really, I thought they kind of looked like turtle people, but they don't really have a shell, so I don't know. But anyways. Now you can see he's talking about something, but it's kind of gibberish, and the reason is like you have to learn their language. There's the GECK, there's the Korbaks, and I think there's another alien race in this game. I don't know how many races there are. I think there's 3 or 4 at least. And like I said, you have to learn their language. So there's all these monoliths throughout the game, and like like these ancient stones that you can touch, and like each one of them will teach you a new word in that in an alien's language. And sometimes you can talk to the alien themselves, and they'll just teach you a word, kind of here and there. I believe he wanted that. Yeah. Yep, he's pleased. So he just taught me how to make a new module for my ship, like an upgraded version of my pulse engine, so that's cool. And I have more standing with the GECK now. So like as you build more standing with the race, they're more willing to help you and teach you their language more, or like if you're injured, they might heal you. La 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 la. You're always hitting like these accomplishment milestones in this game, and it brings up that little like ta-da window. I find it kind of annoying depending on what you're doing. Like it's not bad here, but if you're out in the middle of combat and the game's like, oh, you've accomplished killing 20 drones, and you're like, yeah, but there's still 2 more trying to kill me. Like it can be an irritant. But anywho, I guess I'll fly around a little bit. I need to find a place where I can sell some things. That is, I would say, the number one problem in this game is inventory space. You never have enough. Like you're out trying to loot and find things to sell, and it's like if there's nowhere to sell immediately, then you're just stuck with a full inventory of valuable shit that you don't want to throw away, and you have no way to get rid of it. And like usually you end up having to go out to a space station to sell stuff if it becomes a problem for you. But I will see what this is over here. See, I can scan the planet and look for things I haven't found. This is probably just a little... Yeah, this is just... Oh, there's a... Okay. This little roundish thing here is a galactic sales terminal. You can sell stuff here. So I've been collecting these. Well, I guess I have a. This is something out of a like a drop box. There's all these storage crates all over the game that just get dropped randomly, and will have random stuff in it. They don't really do anything that I'm aware of, other than you just sell them. They're just for sale item. I guess I thought I had some other stuff I'd picked up. I guess I didn't. So, anyways, but yeah, like I said, you sell through the galactic sales terminals, or sometimes like the aliens that you meet will buy and sell from you. So that's cool. Here is this is showing that I have found this location. You see other ships flying around, but it's really not players. They're just NPC, like drone ships, pretty much. I can go up and shoot them down if I want. I've done that a couple times just to be a dick. And it's like they'll try to kill you, but as far as them being players, they're not very. They're just kind of dumb AI drone ships. I've had no real problem killing most of them. It's almost like auto aim in this game, honestly. Like it's not that hard to hit targets. This planet has got these little green exclamation, these little venom sac things. They're worth a bunch of money. This is a dangerous plant. You're gonna kill it. For some reason, the drones on this planet seem to have kind of a hard-on for me. And after I kill a couple of these things, they'll probably show up. So I'll show you some combat here. Don't ask me why plants provide platinum, but whatever. Oh, here's one of those stones. I can learn a new language, a new word. Resource. Okay, cool. It's always something random. I don't know how many words there are to learn. I've already learned over 100, and I'm sure that there's plenty more. If I keep doing this, it's going to piss off the drones in the area. Eventually, they'll show up and try to kill me. I don't know why they're protective of these little green things, but for some reason they are. See, this is the issue with this planet is like it's so hot. I'm in the middle of a storm. There we go. See, my my heat shield is recharged. I don't know why the drones aren't showing up now. They were doing it a lot yesterday. I wonder if maybe I think they might have pushed out a small patch today. Maybe that was a glitch. Sort of a bummer. They're kind of fun to fight. Oh, here it goes. I think.
Warning.
Yeah, there we go.
Elite Sentinel Force. Thermal protection falling.
No, that's not one of them. So you get 2 air units and 1 ground unit to deal with on this planet per attack. They're pretty dumb. They're not very strong. See, I didn't have any trouble with them. And they're nice. They drop little blueprints and stuff, although I apparently already knew that one. That's one thing you can get. Like, some of the plants will replenish your shielding. And anyways, I'm gonna go back and try to sell some stuff. This is a really good area to make money. Any place that you can find like this where there's a galactic terminal where you can sell stuff, and then there's local valuables like these little venom sacs I've been picking up, these sac venoms. You can see they're worth over 26,000 a piece, and I'm gonna go sell a few and make a couple $100,000 in a few seconds, really. So like titanium, say 210,000 bucks right there, and we're up to, yeah, like I went from nothing to $250,000, relatively no time at all there. So this is an excellent place to make money. I should probably stick around here and do that for a while, but I can always come back. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys going into space real quick to see what that's like. Make sure my engines are okay. Yeah, I need a little more.
Technology recharge.
In fact, they were basically out of juice. But so you have all these different modules in your ship. Your pulse engine lets you travel between like local planets much faster. You just engage that, and you end up going up to, I think it's like 1,500 astronomical units. Normally you fly like around 150, which is, so obviously you're much faster. Your hyperdrive is what lets you warp between solar systems. I need to recharge mine. I've been in this one for a while because you can make good money here. I had a really kind of a crappy ship when I got here. I had like 16 slots, and as you can see, obviously I've moved up in the world since I got here. So this has been my major acquisition, and this solar system is my ship. But basically, yeah, you can either use the inventory spaces for just random stuff that you found, like all these isotopes and so forth, or you can install equipment, but that takes up an inventory space. So, like, I could install this cannon damage increase, but I think I already have one on here. Yeah, see, I already have like a better version of it. It's a level 2 version. And there's other stuff, like I should probably try to do this, because apparently it improves your maneuverability and gives you, it says longer, yeah, like it improves your pulse engine. So I should try to get that built at some point, but I don't have all the materials. I need a little more chrysonite, iron, and zinc. Iron and zinc is pretty easy to, well, zinc can be difficult, but iron is everywhere. Chrysonite is not. You can sometimes buy it off of a market. In fact, let me see real quick if they have any for sale. I always find that these guys never have what I need. It's like to sell it's great, but as far as for buying, it seems like they never have what you want. But let's see if he has any. He probably doesn't. Useless sack of shit, come on. Nope. He's got some other stuff. I've never heard of chromium, that's different. But he does not have any chrysonite, so oh well. Each terminal is different, you know, sometimes you'll jump between 3 or 4 of them before you find what you want. Anyways, alright. He didn't have what I wanted. I'm gonna go up into space and I'll show you a space station. So basically you just get up and point towards the stars and hold shift and it'll throw you up to, as you can see, into the 160s. Get your speed up a little ways. I guess this ship's pretty fast. Dang, this ship's real fast. Okay, so this puts me up to 1,500 thereabouts. Now there's asteroids everywhere, but they don't really do anything. I mean, they have like really kind of basic materials in them. Like you'll get iron or you'll get nickel. Nickel's actually pretty valuable, so probably get some of that. I think the photon cannons are glitched out in this game because it's constantly telling me I need to reload them, but I don't. Like, they're unlimited from what I can tell. If they're not supposed to be, then that's obviously a glitch. But it keeps telling me I can reload it with oxide metals, and I categorically cannot. So I think it's mistaken. Let's see how far this thing is from here. You can see these large ships. They're like, these are GECK cargo freighters. They'll get attacked periodically by enemy little pirate ships, and you can help defend them, and they'll pay you, and you'll gain standing for doing that. Now watch out for the asteroids here. Not too far. If I engaged my pulse drive, I'd probably fly right into this thing. I don't know if you can actually crash in this game or not. I've kind of tried to avoid that for obvious reasons, but maybe you can. Anyways. I don't think there's anyone working in this station. It's weird. You get there and it's like everything's automated, but... Oh, look. Oh! Okay, not bad. Carrying on. So yeah, I don't think anybody runs this station. Like, you go in and it seems like most of them will have, you know, a GECK, or I've met the Korvax, and they're weird looking. They have like TVs for heads. But anyways, yeah, like there's usually somebody working them, but this station I think is kind of barren. But this is where you get ships, basically, is you come here and other aliens... Yeah, shut up. Go, go, go. I don't feel like dealing with that.
Warning. Threat detected. Hostile ships approaching.
Yeah, well, they can approach all they want. They can't do anything once you dock. I'm not super great at space combat. I'm okay at it. Like, I can take a couple ships, but some of them, it just seems like your attacks don't do anything. I imagine that they have higher shielding than I can get through or something. I don't know. But so, like, I've parked here, and as you can see, there's other parking places, and ships will come and go, and you can talk to their pilots and offer them money for their ship if you want. That's how I got that one. So, you know, you come up here, and yeah, like I said, there's a little little command post here or whatever, but nobody's working it. I don't know why. But there's a little galactic thing here. Let's see if they had any of that chrysonite. Doesn't look like it there. Yeah, he does. Okay, great. I don't know if that's enough. It seemed like I didn't need that much.
Item received.
So I got that. What else did I need to build that addition to my ship? Iron and zinc. He had those. He's got zinc. I don't know if he had enough.
Item received.
About iron, probably not. Although iron, like I say, is super easy to get on the planet. Yeah, he doesn't have any. I need to get what's called an Atlas pass. You see, it says V3 required for here. I've never even seen any of them for sale, and there's a lot of doors in the game, and like Dropbox stuff that you require an Atlas pass to get. Somebody told me that you can buy them here or at space stations, but I've never seen one for sale. And it said that there are a couple million. Not that that would be that hard to get. Like I could make a lot of money on that planet, but anyways. So like I say, here's this is kind of a cool looking little ship. Now each one of these is piloted by one of these little GECK fellas, and you can see I can only partly understand his language, but you can just basically see what it costs. That's a 34 slot, and that's $17 million ship. I definitely can't afford something like that. I don't have any money right now. That's way overpriced. I don't know what the deal is with some of the pricing. I think it's like sometimes it has something to do with the style of the ship, and sometimes it has something to do with oh, this is different too. With like the guy who's flying it, how much they like you. That's a cool ship. Yeah, they always say the same things. I think that's kind of lame. That's a 30 slot. Yeah, that's still expensive. That's a cool looking ship though. I might have something like that. Whatever. It's still less slots than what I have. You can also find derelict crash ships on planets and then salvage them. That can take a while depending on what's wrong with them. Like they're usually fairly damaged, and you have to do a lot of repairs before they're workable. So you'll have to run around the planet and collect various things. This is similar to what I've got, if not exactly the same. GECK Joy. They like spell things wrong in this game too. I don't know if it's because the GECK language just doesn't translate to English or something, but let's see. That one's only 23 slots and about 3.5 million. So you can get a decent ship without spending like an asinine sum of money, but early in the game it's hard to save that kind of money up. Anyways, you get the idea. This is basically where the meat market for ships. So anyhow, this has been Drizzle. I'll probably do some more videos of this soon now that at least I can record it. Try to show some more parts of the game. But honestly, like other than traveling around from solar system to solar system and a little space fighting, there's not like a ton else to show in this game. It's survival. It's it's mostly exploration and cataloging. If that doesn't appeal to you, which I can see why a lot of people it wouldn't, I would wait till the game's price comes down. I think $60 for this game is kind of a joke. I think this is about a $30 game, especially with all the bugs that people are having with it. But that's just my opinion, and you can, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them in the comment section. If you'd be so kind as to click like and or subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate it. And once again, this has been Drizzle, and thanks for watching. Have a great day.